Okay, we're on the search for the air conditioning problem, Klimaanlageproblem. I have a error message from Opcom which says that the Evaporator Temperature Sensor, Verdampfertemperatur Sensor, kaputt ist. Aber ich weiß nicht, wo das ist. I don't know where that is. So Google says it should be down here somewhere. We'll take a look at that in a second, but there is nothing that I can see to the right of the accelerator pedal. And another colleague on the internet thought that it might be in here. There is indeed a sensor in here. Turn the light on. You can see those wires going in there. That's actually a sensor. And at first I thought, yes, when I pulled all this out, I thought, yes, that must be the evaporator temperature sensor, the Verdampfertemperatur Sensor. So I pulled the plug, pulled the stecker, and measured the voltage across the pins. It was 5 volts, so I know that we're getting a signal to the plug. And I thought, okay, because it's pretty much impossible to get that sensor out and replace it with this, I thought, okay, we'll just put a resistor across the pins, Widerstand über der Stecker, and we're good to go. But before I did that, I thought, I'll just check with Opcom again and see what the situation is. Plugged in Opcom. You have to have the air conditioning module. This thing has to be connected, otherwise Opcom can't communicate with this module. Plugged that in, turned on the ignition, and Opcom said now that I had an additional temperature sensor error. This time it was the footwell temperature sensor. So my conclusion is that is the footwell temperature sensor, Fußraumtemperatursensor. And that was confirmed when I plugged it back in again with the air conditioning module connected. I only had one fault, and that was the original evaporator temperature sensor fault, Verdampfertemperatur Sensor Fehler. So the Fußraumtemperatursensor, footwell temperature sensor, is that. And if you disconnect that stecker, that plug, you'll get an extra error warning. So I still don't know where the Verdampfertemperatur Sensor is. It could even be that it doesn't exist in this model. This was also some feedback that I got from some great colleagues in the Opel Zafira B forum in Germany. So the error message could be caused by something else in front, like the clutch for the compressor, the Kupplung for the compressor, or some other mechanical issue in front. So we're going to put all this back together and continue to drive without the air conditioning in the heat wave drought that we're having in Europe with temperatures up to 38 degrees. Perfect time for the air conditioning to fail, but it is what it is. So yeah, we're going to put this back together with my lovely LED strip here. I removed my shitty wrap job that I did on the trim. I'm still planning to do that in the future with a better wrap and hopefully with more experience. But yeah, this is all going to go back together, and we'll still have the error. We will still have no air conditioning. The gas pressure, by the way, the gas pressure is okay. Opcom is recording I can't remember exactly, but something like 600 or 700 kilopascals of pressure when I turn on the air conditioning. So that's not the problem. The system has gas. So I'm thinking, or my colleagues in Germany said that it could be a mechanical issue with the compressor itself. So fun and games. Oh, we'll take a look down here quickly. I'll go around the other side. Okay, now we're on the driver's side in Europe, and looking in here, there are no sensors that I can see. I did take this panel off and looked up behind here. There's nothing that I can see in here. The only possible culprit could be here. Maybe this is where the sensor would go if it was fitted, because it does look there like there's a hole there and a place for a sensor. This wire is not the sensor. This is my LED lighting scheme. Yeah, so I don't know where it can be. There's the pipes going to the evaporator, to the Verdampfer. Yeah, so don't know. Apparently some models have it, some models don't. And if it has it, it should be around here somewhere. So I don't see anything on this side. Up there is the foot well temperature sensor, Verdampfertemperatur Sensor. Yeah, so I don't know. And I'm not going to pull out the dashboard to get in behind there. I'm 99.9% convinced there is no evaporator temperature sensor. Es gibt keine Verdampfertemperatur Sensor. So the problem must be somewhere else. Yo.